Hey, welcome to the speaker. So glad to have you here. So glad to have you here. You're welcomed here. Um, uh, thanks for joining us today as we spend more time together, having more and more activities and just episodes to continue our journey of healing and finding love. Today we want to talk a little bit about feeling welcomed, and we're gonna get into or look into a scripture, scriptures in the Bible, or a scripture in the Bible that talks about a certain person that wanted to feel welcomed, that wanted to connect, and what he did in that moment of wanting to connect with Jesus. And so we're going to get started by talking about feeling welcomed for a bit, and then we'll dive right into that Bible scripture. So many times we get really nervous or shaky and get anxious about doing something or going somewhere because we worry about fitting in. We want to fit in, we want to feel accepted and not feel left out. Now, we're going to an event, for instance, for the first time, and then we start thinking about fitting in. Am I going to fit in? Right? Now, we're going to talk about Zacchaeus in the Bible. And the chapter in scripture that we're going to look at is Luke chapter 19, verse 1 through to 10. We're going to read through the verses and then talk a bit about this passage. And Jesus entered and passed through Jericho, and behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was the chief among the publicans, and he was rich. And he sought to see Jesus, who he was, and could not for the press, because he was little of stature. And he ran before and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was to pass that way. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him, and said unto him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must abide at thy house. And he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. And when they saw it, they all murmured, saying that he was gone to be guest with a man that is a sinner. And Zacchaeus stood and said unto the Lord, Behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor, and if I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore him fourfold. And Jesus said unto him, This day, is salvation come to this house, for as much as he also is a son of Abraham. And the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost. Now, when Jesus talked and walked, by the way, I'm sorry, that ended the portion of the passage that we're looking at in Luke. Now we're just going to talk about it a little bit. And this episode is meant to be under 10 minutes, so we're going to get into the next part here. Now, when Jesus talked and walked with Zacchaeus, people were complaining about it. They didn't like it very much. They didn't approve of it. They thought Jesus shouldn't be around this man because he's a sinner, right? But an important point to bear in mind is that Jesus spent time with Zacchaeus so he could help him, right? He wasn't quite focused on the fact that, okay, this guy is a sinner, okay, he may make me look bad. He wasn't thinking about that. He was thinking about how he could help him. He wanted to help Zacchaeus, and so that's all that really mattered to him. Now, in our own lives, There are many reasons people may reject, sideline, alienate us. One main reason that I want to highlight would be when we have come upon experiences that are unfortunate. If someone is sick, for instance, or if there has been some form of some kind of misfortune, maybe they don't have supportive parents or family members, they may feel that they don't quite fit in or feel welcomed when around people with a more structured life that is less chaotic. And a lot of times when people may hear of other people's misfortune, they may think that they're sorry about that. They may think that they're somehow the cause of it, or they're to be blamed somehow. A good example could be a failed relationship, right? A lot of times it requires starting over, and what persons may see sometimes in these situations may be failure, and they may use this as an opportunity to distance themselves rather than empathize with you. This is not always the case, of course, but it sometimes is, and that leads to today's theme of the episode, which is "You are welcomed here." That's the theme. 4 words. You are welcomed here. You're seen. You're heard. It's not always easy to understand what other people are going through or their hurt, but hurt kind of feels the same way for all of us who have experienced it, right? It doesn't feel good. We know that. Now, I think we look to certain people to be a pillar of strength to us when we're going through those rough times in our lives. We may look to our parents, right? We may look to family members or the church. But what happens when we're left alone to work through those really dark places and challenges in our lives? What happens then? The goal of the speaker is to help you with your journey, even if it involves brokenness and pain, even if it involves hurt. You should not feel alone or isolated. The love of the speaker be shared with you, and above all, the love of God be with you. So good to have you here today. Thank you for watching. Thanks for taking the time to be here today. You have an awesome and blessed week, and hope to have you here next time.